Good morning. Welcome to the forecast discussion for Tuesday, June 6, 2023. Normally we start off with the observations, but I think the visible satellite picture really tells the story here. We have a northwesterly flow, and all of this haze is actually smoke. Smoke from fires in portions of Canada, in Quebec, parts of Ontario, parts of the Canadian Maritimes, and all that smoke is being transported into our neck of the woods. And that's what's creating this haze and also creating some poor air quality. So there's also, because you have all this smoke in the air, it's called cloud nuclei. Think of it like a staging pattern for water vapor, right? So you have this staging platform that is floating around the atmosphere. And there's more of it because of the smoke in the atmosphere. So when you get an isolated shower or thunderstorm, like the one's trying to form here, overall, they're generally weak. They produce, a brief heavy downpour, if that. And they are isolated in nature. But one thing we really have to keep an eye on is that some of these thunderstorms with all this wide variety of staging platforms, so to speak, well, they create a lot of friction. And when you create a lot of friction, you also create the higher potential for electron transport, which is, i.e., lightning. So we already have a dry environment in place. You throw in lightning, could make for some dangerous conditions. That's why we also have fire dangers out there, because it's so dry out there. You get a northwesterly wind. Use some caution if you're going camping. Let's stay away from the campfire a little bit, or at least be very, very careful. But also now we have this lightning threat that is thrown in. The thunderstorms themselves may not be severe, but that lightning can still cause a lot of problems. So there's a lot going on here, even though it is so dry and quiet. Now, currently, our temperatures are relatively cool, especially for this time of year. Temperatures range from the lower to mid 50s over the far northern interior, mid to upper 50s in your suburbs, and lower to mid 60s in your urban areas, with winds from the west, southwest right now, with a trough passing through it. It'll go back to the northwest as we move on through the day. Around 5 to 10 miles per hour, at times pushing up to 15 miles per hour. Again, the primary threat here is going to be this smoke and the poor air quality. But as you can see on the radar here, we do have that isolated shower threat. Now, right now, a lot of this is not reaching the ground. And the reason why is because we have, again, a lot of dry air in the mid-levels of the atmosphere. This is called a skew T. You see all this right here? This means dry air. The farther apart these two lines are, the drier the atmosphere is. And when you have this type of dry atmosphere in place, well, it makes it very difficult for these showers to actually reach the ground. And that's why in our observations, we're not seeing much in the way of any type of reports of rainfall. But again, these are the type of pesky isolated showers that we're going to be watching out for as we move on through the day. And a few isolated thunderstorms are a threat as well. And that's really going to be the theme for the next several days. When we have this upper level low sitting off to our east, just spinning about, sitting here through the week into Saturday, that's going to lead to a northwesterly flow, unfortunately transporting that smoke into our area and also keeping us at a threat for an isolated shower or two. But we see a change by Sunday where we get a new upper level low, a new trough setting up over the Great Lakes. And that's really important, because what that means is that we start to introduce a tropical air mass. And with tropical air masses, that means more moisture and a higher potential for rainfall. So let's dive into this forecast for today. Hazy sun, poor air quality, an isolated shower or two is a threat. Isolated thunderstorm also has to be watched out for. Temperatures will rise into the lower to mid 70s over the northern interior, mid to upper 70s along the coast, and upper 70s to lower 80s in the Delaware River Valley. For tonight into tomorrow morning, look for scattered cloud cover, hazy conditions because of the smoke. Again, poor air quality, low temperatures in the upper 40s to lower 50s over the northern interior, mid 50s in your suburbs, and mid to upper 50s in your urban areas. For tomorrow, rinse and repeat, same scenario. You have that smoky haze in the area. An isolated shower or two is a threat, possibly an isolated thunderstorm. Temperatures will rise into the lower to mid 70s over the northern interior, mid to upper 70s along the coast, and upper 70s to lower 80s in the Delaware River Valley. On Thursday, same scenario again. Again, you get these troughs rotating through. An isolated shower or thunderstorms a threat, especially in the afternoon. You're going to have that smoky haze hanging around. Look for low temperatures in the mid to upper 40s over the northern interior, lower to mid 50s along the coast. High temperatures will range from the upper 60s to lower 70s over the northern interior, upper 60s to lower 70s along the coast, and mid to upper 70s in the Delaware River Valley. On Friday, you guessed it, haze in the morning, smoky, poor air quality, isolated showers or thunderstorms in the afternoon as a trough swings on through. We continue on with that northwesterly flow. Low temperatures in the upper 40s to lower 50s over the northern interior, lower to mid 50s along the coast. High temperatures in the upper 60s to lower 70s over the northern interior, upper 60s to lower 70s along the coast, and mid 70s to lower 80s in the Delaware River Valley. On Saturday, same scenario again. We remain in the same pattern, but things are starting to change. The northwesterly flow starts to weaken. We still have some haze. A few isolated showers are a threat. Look for winds to start to back more to the southwest as we move on through the day. Low temperatures will range from the upper 40s to lower 50s over the northern interior, lower to mid 50s along the coast. High temperatures will range from the mid to upper 70s over the northern interior, lower to mid 70s along the immediate coast, and upper 70s to lower 80s in the Delaware River Valley. Now on Sundays when we start to see our change, we'll see increase in cloud cover, and we have more winds coming out of the southwest at all levels of the atmosphere. So that also means it's going to be a little bit more humid and a little bit warmer. Low temperatures will range from the upper 50s to lower 60s over the northern interior, lower to mid 60s along the coast. High temperatures will range from the lower to mid 70s over the northern interior, mid to upper 70s on Long Island, upper 70s to lower 80s on the rest of the coastline, and then mid 80s to lower 90s in the Delaware River Valley. We're going to have a wide range in temperatures, and a lot of this is because of the shift in that southwesterly winds and that hotter air coming out of the Tennessee River Valley invading our neck of the woods. Now on Sunday night, we start to see showers and thunderstorms begin to develop, and on Monday, those showers and thunderstorms become more widespread throughout the region with a southwesterly flow. Look for low temperatures in the mid to upper 60s. High temperatures will range from the lower to mid 70s over the northern interior, lower to mid 70s along the coast, and upper 70s to lower 80s in the Delaware River Valley. On Tuesday, that frontal boundary doesn't move all that much. It basically sits over the region. It's going to lead to waves of showers and thunderstorms. It's still some debate as to whether or not we're dealing with a washout here, but certainly a higher threat for rainfall with that southwesterly flow at all levels of the atmosphere. So you have your low temperatures in the lower to mid 60s over the northern interior, mid to upper 60s along the coast. High temperatures will range from the lower to mid 70s over the northern interior, upper 60s to lower 70s on Long Island, mid to upper 70s along the immediate coast, and upper 70s to lower 80s in the Delaware River Valley with waves of showers and thunderstorms. That is your forecast discussion for today. Please use caution with the air quality out there. If you have any asthma or anything of that nature, or you know anyone that does, watch them, use caution, and try to stay indoors a little bit more until we start to clear out some of this smoke. And as always, stay safe out there.